guys, and welcome back to Ultimate Exotics. So today I thought I'd show you, we've got these awesome little variable bush vipers and they're super small still. So we have to feed them pinky parts, and we kind of have to tease feed them with tweezers to get them to bite and get them to encourage them to eat. And these guys actually eat really well. So I thought it would be really interesting to show you how we feed these little baby variable bush vipers. And also we'll show you some of the adults that we have and how we feed them. And you can also see the size comparison, also the color comparison. The babies are really like darker and naturalistic colors, but as they reach about a year old and as they get into maturity, they start developing these incredible colors. And that is where they get their common name from, variable bush viper, because you can get bright green ones, red ones, yellow ones, blue ones, black ones. It's just incredible. They're one of our most, or one of our favorite species of viper that we work with here at Ultimate Exotics. So let's go check it out. I'm going to call Ralphie. We're going to set up the babies and we're going to do some feeding and show you how we do it. Okay, so here we have our 3 little baby variable bush vipers, and we're going to give these guys some food now. And now what we're feeding them is frozen thawed pinky mouse parts. Why we have to do that is these babies are so small that a whole pinky mouse would be too big for them. And if you feed these guys a meal that is too large, it's not going to be good for it, and it will possibly regurge. But do you see how easily that took that pinky part? That's what I love about these variable bush vipers. They tease feed so well, and they just bite on and swallow. Now other species like your white lips, they don't like to bite or take food off tongs, and they're much more difficult to get feeding than these little squams. And these guys are born so small. I mean, these have grown a lot since we've had them, and they still can't take a full pinky, so that's why we have to feed them these frozen thawed pinky parts. And you saw how quickly it bit it, and now it's going to just swallow that, and that's a good meal for the week. And then after about a month or so, they should have grown enough, and then they can have their first full pinky, and then they grow really fast from then on. Okay, here we have the other little guy that we're going to feed now. And let's see if he is ready to eat. So sometimes you just got to nudge him a little bit just to get them interested. See how quick they are to bite. There you go, he's ready to bite. And sometimes it just takes that gentle bit of nudging, a couple of bites. You just got to wait for them to hold on, and once they hold on, you got to slowly let it go, and then walk away and leave it alone. There you go. There you go. He bit on it, no problem. They are so tiny, these guys. It's actually hard to believe it. And like I said, when these were born, they were probably half the size. That's how much these have grown. They just do really well and are much easier to feed these babies than many of the other boreal vipers that we work with. Okay, so you can see how easily he managed to swallow that. So that's the perfect size meal for him. And after a few more months of feeding them that size meal, we'll then move on to a full pinky. But in the wild, these guys come from Central Africa, and they'll be eating very small geckos, lizards, and frogs, which we don't have access to. And that is why we feed them these pinky parts. Just because that full pinky, like we said, is just too big a meal. And the danger is that it cannot digest that meal properly. It starts going off inside the animal's stomach, and then it regurges. So you have to feed these animals the appropriate size meal, and this is the best option for these, and we find they do really well being fed like this. Okay, so here is the last one. You can see this little variable bush viper. He's got some really cool patterns compared to the other ones, some nice stripes on him, and we're going to see now if he's going to take it from the perch there, which he should do. see him strike there. He should bite soon. There's one bite, there's another bite. There we go. Whoops. Okay, he dropped it. I'm sure he'll get it on the next bite. It's okay if it falls in the water, it will actually help it a little bit. But he seems more interested in biting than holding on at the moment.
Typical male.
Yeah. He's giving us a hard time, but I think he's should bite on soon. No. He's making us work for this one. There we go. And that's it. So that's what we wait for. We just wait for that solid bite that he doesn't let go. And then we gently let the pinky part go. And then it's just a waiting game for him to swallow that meal. We thought we'd show you guys our adults and also how we keep them. And this is a mature male and he's really awesome. He's got this dark color and we're going to feed him now. Now guys, you must remember these are seriously venomous snakes, and I think the Atheris or these variable bush vipers, the venom has been very underrated, but they've got a serious bite and there's no known anti-venom for this species. And people say that the bite is quite similar to an Echis bite. And as far as I know, they have used Echis antivenom to treat these bites. But yeah, we know of people that have been bitten and it's really not fun and a very painful bite. So you have to treat these snakes with a lot of respect, like all venomous snakes. And this guy is quite grumpy at the moment, but let's see if he's interested in feeding. We're using really long tweezers here because you want to keep your hand far away. These have a seriously long striking range. And he's just playing around there. I'm sure he'll take soon. I think he might be just a little bit disturbed with all the light. I think he'll bite soon. There he goes. And there we go. Okay, so this is our last variable bush viper, and you can see why they get the name variable bush viper. Look at the colors on this compared to that last one, and these guys come in a variety of colors. And this is one of my favorite ones. It's such unusual coloring, and we're going to see if this guy is ready to eat. Straight away. Oh, and he dropped it. They're giving us a bit of a hard time today. I'm going to just see if we can offer it to him again. I'm sure this time he'll hold on. Sometimes it takes a little bit of coaxing. There we go. Awesome. Let's check it, and its colors are insane. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing those variable bush vipers eating. They're such beautiful vipers, and I can't wait to see those babies grow and to see what colors they develop into as they mature. But again, definitely one of our favorite species of vipers, and it's just amazing how well those little guys eat. Even though they're so tiny, they give very little issues, which is quite unusual for arboreal vipers. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button, leave a comment below, and most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Keep well. Cheers.